Skoda Slavia mileage, Skoda Slavia performance, Skoda Slavia 1 litre TSI performance. These are probably the top questions floating around on the internet today when it comes to this car. Now, Skoda launched it earlier in March this year, and it's gone on to do great numbers. And the one that we have with us is the 1 litre TSI version, and this is the top selling version out of the two, and rightly so, because it is priced a little lower than the 1.5 TSI. But having said that, the 1.5 TSI is a blast to drive. It is something that if you get your hands on, you absolutely adore. But we're going to be talking about the 1 litre TSI and how it performs in terms of overall performance as well as mileage up here in the hills. So we got the opportunity to take it from Dehradun up to Mussoorie for a drive, and we thought, hey, why not? You know, we've done the review, and in case you missed out on our review, you can find that in the description of this video. I'm not really going to dwell on those matters in this video, but I am going to talk about how it drove up the hill, how it performed while coming up towards Mussoorie, and being this amazing vehicle to take out for a spin. So to start with, we got our hands on the car at the airport in Dehradun. It was a sort of uneventful drive out of the city. If you've ever been to this part of the world, you'll know that it is kind of crowded and packed over there. But it felt good to be behind the wheel of the Slavia again. It felt great to be seated in there. The cabin does win you over with the space and the way things are allocated. I love the ergonomics of this vehicle. And then we set out on our drive towards Mussoorie. Now, if you've been to Mussoorie, you know that it's a short run from Dehradun, but it can take a lot of time thanks to the ton of traffic that you get along the way. So we were probably driving at speeds, you know, between 40 and 60 most of the time, sometimes dropping down to 25 and 30 if we got some trucks and buses in front of us. But overall, it's been a quick run up to the hill, and you know, the Slavia just held its own. It's just such a brilliant vehicle to be behind the wheel of, as I mentioned. And you get behind there, you're going around the corners, it handles well, it feels great to drive. And even the 1 litre engine offers enough pep. I mean, we're talking about having more than 115 PS of power on tap. And that's ample enough, let me tell you, that's more than ample to deal with these steep ghat roads. So if you're wondering whether you have to, cheap out on the fact that you couldn't go for a 1.5 and are going for the 1 litre, trust me, the 1 litre is an able machine that will get you through even the toughest of inclines with ease. We had it paired with the automatic gearbox, and with that, it just performs effortlessly. And you just don't have to worry about dealing with the clutch, especially when you're climbing up the hill and going around on the mountain. But going back to the big ticket item that we want to talk about on this drive, which is the mileage of this car. You know, a lot of people question petrol engines. A lot of people question the fact that, diesel is being banned, diesel cars, we're seeing fewer and fewer of them on the road. The Volkswagen group in general, which Skoda is a part of, also said that they're going to be sticking to petrol engines only, and it is TSI technology that is really going to drive the way forward for the brand until we go all electric. And the joy of a TSI engine is the fact that it delivers this amazing level of power, yet is efficient. And we wanted to see just how efficient it is. So the mountains are probably the most trying of places when it comes to mileage. They can really suck gas coming up a hill, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. Just how low does it drop in a vehicle like a 1 litre TSI Skoda Slavia? And as we set out, we were on our 65 odd kilometer drive towards Mussoorie. Steep inclines, like I mentioned, a lot of traffic, like I mentioned, and we didn't really ease off the gas pedal. But we managed to keep the mileage figure, in that region of 12 liters plus, which is fantastic if you ask me. So just to give you a little bit of perspective, if you do gun it around, you really step on the gas and try and fly around corners, which we don't suggest, it'll probably drop down to maybe around 9, which again isn't bad for a petrol one bit. In fact, it's not bad for a diesel either. So overall, when you look at a vehicle like this and you think, will I get the mileage? Will I get that efficiency that I really want? The answer is yes. We've taken it out on a brilliant drive and sort of pushed it up the hill, and it still delivered, 12 plus, which in my books tick marks a lot of things about how a TSI engine can give you the best of both worlds, performance and mileage. And that's really the story when it comes to these new cars that are rolling out from the Volkswagen Group. And you've got the Skoda Slavia, you've got the Skoda Kushaq, two brilliant cars that have come out in recent times, and they all have the same engine technology that can really win you over. So just to sum it up, brilliant on mileage, did more than what I expected. I was actually expecting it to do around 7 or 8. For it to outdo that number and to get all the way up to around 12.5 is actually phenomenal. And that's really maybe one of the winning factors why we see people flocking towards the Slavia in the first place. I do hope that in this video I've managed to answer a question or two for you. If you do have more questions about the Slavia, I'd love to answer them. So feel free to drop me a comment, write in, and let us know what you think or what you want to know. We'd be really happy to help out on that front. And before I sign off, like always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we do urge you to, go out there and take a test drive of the Slavia as well, if you are in the market for a really capable sedan that sort of wins you over with its performance and efficiency.